sure it's of his jurisdiction. You mentioned a Lieutenant J. Wheeler of Internal Affairs, which GPD or ASO don't have a Lieutenant J. Wheeler. And then you talk about an assault from a GPD officer on May 16th, but I can't find any record of you being in contact with any GPD members on that day.
Okay, so
I'm just trying to figure out some more information so I can help you out with what you're looking for.
so you're from Gainesville Police Department?
Yes.
Okay.
Gainesville, Florida. Yeah, Alachua County, Florida.
Okay, so on the one complaint is for a man that come out there and met me in your lobby on those dates, and he said his name was Wheeler, Lieutenant Wheeler, and he said that he was from Professional Standards IA, and he took my request for information, and then he never followed through with it. And one of those was to identify an officer that I encountered while I was videotaping the police or photographing the police, and he approached me in an assaultive manner, which is unbecoming for a Gainesville Police Department officer. That video is titled "The Parting Shot." It's on my YouTube channel, Blue Steel Holly Heights.
Yeah, I found the Blue Steel. Okay, let me try and find that one. So this whole complaint revolves around May 16, 2022 in the GPD lobby.
Okay, for the individual known as Lieutenant Wheeler by me in the report, yes. I have a video of me meeting him there also.
Okay, and that's the assault that you referred to.
No, I was out recording the police, and I don't have the specifics. I can get the report. Hold on, that I'm talking about, so I'm correct verbatim. Okay. On the 2nd of May, I went up there to do records request, Freedom of Information Act. You know what I'm speaking of, right? I'm just a lay person. I don't have a legalese background. Okay, so I made a video of that as that was occurring. Okay, he presented himself out there. I made some record requests to him that have not been fulfilled yet, and it's coming on July.
And that's the one called the Parting Shot.
No, stand by. I'm reading the complaint that I have with Mr. Wheeler. That's the first order of business that you spoke of.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to do my best here.
So if you videoed the May 2nd interaction, how do I get a copy of that, or what is that called?
It's on my YouTube channel, and it's called.
What's your YouTube channel?
Okay, the way you find me on YouTube is Blue Steel Holly Heights, because I'm not a big channel. I only got 2,000 subscribers. Okay, so you click on the little B icon and it'll take you to my YouTube channel, and there is a playlist. I'm trying to condense it for you. It's called All Things GPD, and it's on there if you want to access any of that. Oh, I'm totally at odds with law enforcement. This, just like I was just out there photographing that scene across from the hookah lounge on University Avenue, and that officer, he approached me like that. That's conduct unbecoming. That's the second part. See, I went there to file information request first, and then.
May 2nd, you went to the GPD lobby and filed a FOIA request.
Right, for that information of that officer and some other things, and nothing maturated from that.
Okay.
And so the complaint on the man that identified his name as Wheeler, he was the one that took the records request, and he come out there and greeted me. I had already went to the two other people at the lobby, and they eventually summoned Mr. Wheeler. That's what he identified his name as. I don't know, I don't exactly remember the pertinent right off the top of my head how it was spelled.
In that May 2nd records request, you were trying to ascertain the identity of an officer from a video that was taken when?
Okay, stand by. I'll get that. Okay.
Or is that the one that you're referring to as the parting shot? Is that
Yes, that's the actual incident that occurred. Yes, that was like 16 April, okay? I just went up there with all my complaints. I had a sleeping GPD officer that I wanted to know his name, car 4408. I had there was a sergeant out there that had a detail with a handheld device. I wanted to know what that device was. See, I don't come up there every time I have a question. You know what I'm saying? I just saved them collectively so I wouldn't bother anybody, because I know it's a discomfort, Anyway, long story short, so I made those requests. They were not fulfilled, and I still don't have the name of that officer to file a complaint on him. The one in the 16-second video, it says parting shot.
Okay, let me work on that.
Okay, and this all stems, I just want, because you're a new acquaintance of mine, this all stems from whenever some some ASO deputies and one GPD officer, Rodriguez, they were on a task force. They come out there, not the DEA task force, because I already called them and talked with them at length. Anyway, long story short, they encountered me out there at Holly Heights. I'm a veteran that receives disabilities from the VA, and I get VA subsidized housing, and the living conditions were unbearable, and I went out there to protest. I had every right. Everything was in the clear, and that's how I was accosted. And it took me a while to get resituated, and reestablished, and that's whenever I came forward last year. I had plenty of time. Anyway, that's why I am doing what I am doing, because of what happened to me. That's my call to action. I just want everybody to know that has to deal with me. This comes from your officer, D. Rodriguez.
Okay.
And y'all never dealt with him then, and I did a Freedom of Information Act for his personnel file, and it was clearly annotated no action. But I know that a IA against it's just all a box of fuckery, and if this is the policy and procedure, I'm very dissatisfied. And then whenever you go out there to record, you get a lot of hostility. And the reason I'm recording is because I found discrepancies and I don't like what I see.
I got you. So in this most recent complaint that you filed, you're trying to find out the identity of the officer in the parting shot, and you're trying to. So are you saying that Wheeler committed an assault in the BPD?
No, sir. Please don't. That's not what I'm stating. I'm sorry. I just wanted to stop you right there because it's scary when you talk like that. That's why I don't mess with y'all. Because no, I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? But somebody needs to, take charge of this situation, and I might be that huckleberry. But anyway, long story short, this is the complaint, or this is what I tried to do, was file information request for the handheld device that Sergeant Wagner had on University Avenue.
Handheld device.
Yes, I wanted to know what that was. And
That might be tough, but alright.
he had a handheld device, and
Sergeant Wagner, but I'll
he works for the GPD. Anyway, he had a detail with a subordinate, and she was employing the device. Okay, and she was on a motorcycle. Anyway, I wanted to know who the officer's name was in the parting shot. I wanted to know who was caught sleeping in car 4408. And I wanted Sergeant Wagner to talk to about shining a light at people like he did.
Okay, do you know what day they were using this handheld device?
I think it's 16 April. The same day. It was all the same day that I went out there. The one evening that I went out there, and that's what I'm saying. Parts per million. The little bit that I'm seeing, the little sliver. If this is the way things are conducted, there's a vast amount of shortcomings here. This is just, one evening. This is not, 27 events. You know what I'm saying? Where I was out there every night. It wasn't like that. It was just one time, and I found that many discrepancies.
Okay, so that's
And then whenever I come to do the Information Act, someone from that he titled himself Wheeler, Lieutenant, IA Professional Standards, and he come out there and he took my information, for my request, and I videotaped that.
This was this year. This is 2022 and not 2021?
Right. This was just in the last 30 days has just expired,
Okay.
a little over 30 days.
Okay. Okay. Let me, so those are that's the information that you're trying to...
Yeah, there's a video, hold on, I'm gonna go to it.